I was very tempted to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro, only because I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I've only had PlayStation growing up, and I'm a sucker when it comes to new things and technology. But if you've already got the original PS5 or even the slim version, everyone is pretty much saying, don't waste your money unless you want the best possible way to play your PlayStation 5 games. Instead, I have just upgraded my gaming monitor. It feels like I've just bought a PS5 Pro because I've gone from my 1440p LG Ultra Gear 27-inch monitor to this absolute beast, this 32-inch MSI 321 Up QD-OLED. Did I say that right? This is an incredible upgrade, and we have to run through the specs, the differences between my old monitor and whether or not this monitor is for you, because my gosh, the colors, the quality, this is an upgrade I was well overdue. There's not to say there isn't a few issues with this monitor. Let's run through my previous monitor, and I have to say I've been very happy with this monitor ever since I got my PS5. It served me so well, and the reason I wanted to upgrade was because, one, I want to get a PS5 Pro eventually. Not sure if it's even worth it. Not now. I need to save for my tax bill. I've got to pay that end of January, for flip's sake. And two, because a lot of you in the community were telling me before you even think about a PS5 Pro, you will benefit so much more if you upgrade to an OLED 4K monitor. So the model I had was the LG Ultra Gear 27GN850B 27-inch 1440p with 144 Hz. It was great. I didn't really feel the need to upgrade because I thought the picture quality was perfect. 27 inches was great for a desk setup. When I'm editing my YouTube videos, even when I'm gaming, I thought this was the perfect size. You can adjust the heights of this monitor. You can turn it round if you work with multiple screens. The only thing I didn't like was the legs of the stand. Now, my desk is pretty messy. I know I need to sort it out and get all these wires sorted, but oh well. When I was editing, it was easy to use. I thought the screen was big enough, and when it came to gaming, it's all I've ever known because it's the only monitor I've ever had. Playing games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth were incredible, Stellar Blade, Spider-Man Remastered. In my old house, opposite where I used to play, there was a window. The reflections on that TV, if there was a hint of light coming in, just dampened the experience. All I did was close the blinds. I could still see the reflections, but just something you might want to know. I bought this one for £299, and I have to say it served me well. And I was going to sell it, and now I'm thinking about using it as a second monitor, as you can turn it round and maybe have it on the opposite side, because this one I've got is a bit too small. This one I got cheap from Amazon just for a second screen. I'm kind of squinting. I don't know if I'm getting old or I'm just... yeah. If you haven't got much money or you don't feel the need to get a 4K monitor, that one, I don't even know if you can get it still. I don't think you can get it brand new. It's kind of outdated now. But honestly, it is a really good monitor, and the PS5 is great quality. 1440p. I feel like if you needed to save money, anyone would be very happy to have that monitor. I wanted to upgrade because I wanted a 4K monitor, but also an OLED. Everyone goes on about OLED, and every time I've seen an OLED, the quality and the vibrant colors was just on another level. So I bought this one from Amazon, and you can use my link in the description if you want to buy that. It will help me out a little bit, getting a referral code if you want. And this one is the MSI 321 Up QD OLED, and this is 32 inches as well. So it came in this fat off box with the instructions, the cables, the HDMI, the stand, and everything was very easy to put together. You didn't need any screws or tools at home. You literally could just stick the stand on, and there's a little screw handle on the back, and you just put it in and then you just tighten it. And initially I thought going from 27 to 32 inches, is that going to be a bit too much? Of course it wasn't. I feel like 32 inches on my setup is so much better. Having that bigger screen, as I said, is perfect. And when I turned it on for the first time, I was amazed by the quality of the colors. Like when I saw that PlayStation home screen and I saw the colors, I was like, wow, geez, you can feel the colors coming from the screen. But I'm not sure if my eyes are getting worse when it comes to working and editing. Now that I've spent some time with this monitor, it's just so much better having a bigger screen. It weighs 5 kilograms and it is 32 inches, 4K QD OLED with 165 Hz refresh rate. I believe it has VRR. I think so. I don't know. I need to check that one properly online. I'm trying to look at it because when I go onto my PS5, it says my TV doesn't support VRR. Maybe it doesn't? I don't know. Now, I'm not very technical. That is why a lot of you will watch this and you can comment below and help me out. I feel like this stand is so much better because it doesn't take up too much room, unlike the LG. You can swivel the screen at different angles. You can't move it up and down, but again, I don't feel I need to. It also has 2 HDMI ports, so I connect my computer and I connect my PS5. But the question is, how did it game? Now, I put on Spider-Man Remastered and I stuck it on fidelity mode with ray tracing, I believe, aiming at 60 FPS. I think there was a certain option with ray tracing. And I'll be honest, when I put it on, I couldn't see much difference. I was like, okay, it does look better. I was like, I've just been playing that on my LG and I was like, can I tell the difference? Maybe because it was a PS4 game, but the more I played through it, the more I did see, okay, this does look better. But it wasn't until I moved on to other games that I really saw the difference. It wasn't until I stuck on games like Stellar Blade for the first time. Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've gone back to it from when I completed it and I want to get the Platinum Trophy. It feels like I've got a PS5 Pro because the quality of the colors and the graphics just look insane. I was like, wow, this is a massive step up. This game looked totally different. I think it's the OLED that has made such a big difference. And obviously the 32 inches as well. Now I have to say, the darkness and the black in certain games are really freaking dark, including Stellar Blade. There was mostly when I was playing Tomb Raider Remastered on stream. Obviously you wouldn't be able to see that. Even Stellar Blade at times, so there's something like, it's very, very dark with the black, but I think that's something to do with the OLED. I know some of you have gone on about on stream in terms of what settings I need to focus on. You probably want to mention it below again because I have forgotten. Even games like Call of Duty Black Ops 6, again, amazed by the quality, but when it came to the black, they were very, very dark that I couldn't see anything. And of course, when I played Returnal, oh my gosh, the quality of that game was unbelievable. I was like, honestly feels like I've upgraded my PS5 to a Pro just from the quality. And then I put on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and wow, oh my gosh, I was just like, I'm still keeping it in performance mode because I want that 60 FPS. Going from not an OLED to an OLED is a game changer. Now, with all that said, after I obviously plugged in my MSI, I decided to go back to my LG Ultra Gear to see if I felt the difference. And oh my gosh, I did. I went back to games like I've just mentioned, Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Returnal. And again, I just felt like, my gosh, this feels like a downgrade. It just feels like I'm on the base PS5, even though I am on the base PS5, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you can kind of forget when you go to a new monitor and I'm like, what did the old one feel? So I'm glad I went back to it afterwards just to see the difference. It was a bit annoying disconnecting this all, but oh well. Overall, I am so happy I invested the money in this MSI QD-OLED monitor. I put it on my credit card and I have 16 months to pay it off before there's interest. I know that was probably stupid to do because I've got my tax bill, we've just bought a house and we're kind of tight with money until we settle in. This is the only thing I'm buying for myself. I'm not buying the PS5 Pro, but I'm so glad I did. Man, I love credit cards. Don't do that. And this monitor did cost £798 on Amazon. OLED is always going to be more expensive. I'm going to keep this for a very, very long time now. And it feels like I've got a PS5 Pro, and that's no exaggeration. The colors, the quality, the black bits in games I need to kind of sort out. I can still get through it, but it's just a little bit too dark. If you have the money to upgrade on a monitor, or you're thinking about upgrading to the PS5 Pro, like you guys said to me, I would totally recommend looking to get an 4K OLED monitor. OLED is just on another level, and I'm so glad I got a 32 inch. If you were thinking about going from a 27 or a 32, there's not much difference. That's why I would rather go with the bigger screen, because it's so much better having that tad of a bigger screen. 27 inches, I couldn't go back to now. I want to know your thoughts on this video and the upgrade from my LG Ultra Gear to this new MSI 32 inch OLED. Would you want to buy it? Would you upgrade? Have you upgraded? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. Well, let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is amazing. Shout out to Ibra. Love your videos, bro. If you want a stealth game like 007, play Hitman 1, 2, and 3. Best stealth game of all time. Very addictive. Thank you for the comment, dude. And I have to say, yeah, that's the one thing that I love about the campaign of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was the fact that I felt like a 007 game. I don't usually like first-person view, only when it comes to, obviously, FPS shooters and Call of Duty and stuff like that, but it felt like I was 007. Again, I've never played any of the Hitman series, but I know a lot of you have been recommending that and have said this is one of the best stealth games. And I don't know why I've never played them. I just haven't got round to, but maybe that's something for the future. Yeah, when it came to this monitor, I remember Elle saying to Els, yeah, I haven't got much money. And she was like, you've just bought a monitor? You're quite a hypocrite, aren't you? And I don't know why. Life's hard, you know. Put this away.